Horoscope predictions.
Aries.
You're more aware of the areas in your routine that need better structure, whether it's your time management, health habits, or communication with the people who rely on you. It's not a dramatic breakthrough, but a steady, almost grounded realization that you function better when the basics are in order. You may find yourself analyzing the systems around you, how you work, how you organize your day, how you respond to stress, and deciding that small adjustments could make a big difference. You may feel the need to clear up a misunderstanding or correct an assumption that has been affecting your plans. Your clarity of mind is strong today, allowing you to express your needs without over-explaining or apologizing. If you take a moment to realign your priorities before evening, you'll feel steadier and more in control heading into the next stretch of the week. Lucky colors: copper, indigo, moss. Lucky numbers: 3, 15, 28.
Taurus.
Instead of pushing forward with stubborn determination, you may find yourself slowing down to reevaluate your plans from a more practical angle. This isn't hesitation, it's maturity. You're becoming more strategic, more careful with your energy, and more attentive to the small pieces that support the bigger picture. Issues involving finances, long-term planning, or personal commitments may come into focus, asking for grounded decisions rather than emotional impulses. You're better at saying no, better at recognizing when you're carrying too much, and better at protecting your energy. Conversations with others may make you realize how your stability has a calming effect on people around you. By evening, you feel a renewed sense of direction, slower, steadier, and far more aligned with what actually matters to you. Lucky colors: caramel, slate, plum. Lucky numbers: 14, 9, 27.
Gemini.
Instead of jumping from idea to idea, you're able to focus on the steps in front of you, especially when something requires follow-through. You might be sorting out details, fixing errors, or revisiting conversations that need more structure. You're not overwhelmed, you're simply accepting that today is about refining and completing instead of starting something new. You may notice patterns in your relationships or friendships that need better boundaries or clearer communication. You're able to express yourself honestly, without the need for dramatics or overthinking. This grounded self-awareness helps you close the day with a sense of progress, especially in areas that have felt scattered or uncertain. Lucky colors: almond, ocean, marigold. Lucky numbers: 8, 33, 12.
Cancer.
You may review a personal decision, a financial choice, or an emotional boundary that needs adjustment. Today's energy pushes you gently toward what feels safe, calm, and sustainable, not what simply feels familiar. You're becoming more honest with yourself about what you need to feel grounded, and that awareness shapes your choices throughout the day. Instead of retreating or overreacting, you respond with clarity and balance. Whether you're reorganizing your living environment, revisiting a long-term plan, or strengthening a relationship, you're acting from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. You end the day feeling more supported both by yourself and by the stability you're building. Lucky colors: sand, evergreen, silver. Lucky numbers: 11, 26.
Leo.
You're reevaluating what deserves your energy and what you've been giving too much to out of habit. You may notice that certain responsibilities have shifted, or that people who once relied heavily on you are starting to adapt on their own. This creates space for you to take a more realistic approach to your schedule. Instead of operating at full speed, you're moving thoughtfully, valuing quality over quantity. You may feel the urge to speak more honestly about your limits, your expectations, or something that has been weighing on you quietly. The tone of the day encourages grounded decisions, not emotional reactions. You end the day with the sense that you've reclaimed time, energy, and clarity, and that your next move will be more intentional than impulsive. Lucky colors: walnut, gold, navy. Lucky numbers: 217, 30.
Virgo.
You may feel compelled to reorganize your work environment, tidy your space, or refine your approach to a project that has become messy or inefficient. The grounded rhythm of the day supports thoughtful adjustments, the kind that make your life run more smoothly without overwhelming you. You're more patient with routines and more realistic about what can actually be done within your time frame. Perhaps you realize that you've been carrying quiet stress or internal pressure that needs release. Instead of pushing yourself harder, you're more open to pacing yourself, asking for help, or simply acknowledging that perfection is not required today. This shift creates a calmer emotional tone and gives you the ability to end the day in a more balanced, stable mindset. Lucky colors: fern, ivory, bronze. Lucky numbers: 5, 18, 29.
Libra.
You may notice that some of your recent choices have been driven by wanting to please others, and now you're ready to realign with your own needs. This isn't about withdrawing, it's about recalibrating. You're learning where to pull back, where to speak up, and where to let things unfold without forcing harmony. This grounded awareness helps you navigate conversations with more clarity and confidence. You're able to see situations more objectively, which helps you adjust your expectations in relationships or responsibilities. Something that once felt overwhelming now feels more manageable, because you're approaching it with a realistic mindset rather than idealism. You close the day with a clearer sense of balance, not perfect balance, but the kind that actually works in the real world. Lucky colors: charcoal, rosé, mint. Lucky numbers: 12, 31, 7.
Scorpio.
Scorpio, today pushes you toward methodical thinking and practical decisions rather than emotional intensity. You may find yourself focusing on long-term goals, responsibilities, or commitments that require discipline. It's a good day for handling finances, planning future steps, or wrapping up lingering tasks. You're seeing things through a realistic lens, making it easier to cut through distractions and focus on what truly matters. You may notice patterns you want to break, habits you want to reinforce, or boundaries that need updating. Instead of resisting change, you're more accepting and willing to make necessary adjustments. The grounded tone of the evening helps you process decisions in a calm, stable way, leaving you feeling more in control of both your inner and outer worlds. Lucky colors: mahogany, steel, maroon. Lucky numbers: 423, 10.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, today brings a rare blend of focus and practicality. You're still future-oriented, but you're not rushing ahead. Instead, you're carefully building the structure you need to support your bigger goals. Tasks that usually feel boring or repetitive become easier because you understand their long-term value. You may work on organizing your schedule, refining a plan, or handling personal business with more responsibility than usual. By evening, your mind shifts toward reflection and honesty. Something may remind you of why you started a particular project, habit, or personal change. You feel more grounded in your choices, more aware of your boundaries, and more determined to follow through. This is not a day for adventure, it's a day for foundations, and you're laying them with patience and purpose. Lucky colors: amber, storm, olive. Lucky numbers: 1, 26, 14.
Capricorn.
Capricorn today aligns perfectly with your steady and goal-oriented nature. You might take on responsibilities that others avoid, not out of obligation, but because you're thinking long-term. The day encourages mature decision-making, financial planning, work structure, and anything that requires patience and consistency. You're less interested in shortcuts and more committed to building something reliable. In the second half of the day, you may feel more introspective about your personal life. You're recognizing the difference between obligations that support your vision and obligations that drain you. Your capacity for self-awareness is strong today, allowing you to make decisions that balance practicality with emotional well-being. You end the day feeling grounded, focused, and reaffirmed in your direction. Lucky colors: heather, pearl, raven. Lucky numbers: 19, 6, 25.
Aquarius.
Aquarius today encourages a clear and organized mindset. You might revisit plans you've pushed aside, correct miscommunications, or restructure a project that needs more definition. Your thought process is straightforward today, allowing you to communicate direct messages without overcomplicating things. Small tasks feel more manageable because you're approaching them with realism instead of idealism. As evening approaches, you may experience a moment of personal insight. Something about your habits, your patterns, or your approach to relationships. You're growing more comfortable with being honest about what's not working, both internally and externally. This grounded self-awareness helps you move forward with more intention and less confusion. Lucky colors: smoke, teal, garnet. Lucky numbers: 8, 30, 21.
Pisces.
Pisces today brings a steady, pragmatic tone that encourages you to focus on responsibilities you might usually avoid. Whether it's setting boundaries, organizing finances, or saying something you've been hesitant to say, you're approaching things more logically than emotionally. You may surprise yourself with how decisive and clear you can be when you choose to focus. By evening, you gain a deeper understanding of what has been draining your energy and what has been supporting your growth. You're becoming more aware of the role you play in your own stability. Instead of floating through situations, you're taking ownership of your next steps. You end the day with a calmer mindset and a genuine sense of progress. Lucky colors: pearl, moss, citrus. Lucky numbers: 2, 13, 18.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more daily star wisdom. Let me know your sign in the comments and how this day unfolds for you. I'll see you tomorrow for another celestial check-in. Thank you so much for watching.